Joa mentioned, I have prepared two presentations. One is about our company, and one is about our new cancer markers. So I feel very honored to do presentation in front of our VIPs. You are VIP of microbiology and VIP of Boditech Med as well. So thank you. I will start now. So once again, I'm truly glad to have this opportunity to introduce about our company and products to you. You're here today, so I guess you're all using Boditech Med's product, but I don't think you know how much we invest to make our products, or how much we earn by selling our product, or how big is our company in Korea and worldwide. So the first part is the company overview. So Boditech Med cares a lot about respect for life. This is why our CEO, Dr. Choi, started this business in order to deliver high quality and user-friendly products which can be accessible to everyone, anywhere and anytime, which I think is fits in Africa and Kenya. So everything started 25 years ago with this motto of respect for life, and now we are one of the leaders in the IVD business, having more than 650 employees, and we have 9 global companies in India, Indonesia, Italy, USA, and China. We have more than 140 distribution countries, and there we have installed more than 140,000 devices. So thanks to our partner, wonderful partner like microbiology, and of course thanks to you, our valuable customers who has chosen Boditech Med's products. Over the past 5 years, we achieved an outstanding performance and earning growth. As you can see, since 2022, during the COVID era, our sales rose to 132 million USD. We had, of course, some benefits of the COVID, but as you can see, even after the post-COVID period, we still managed to reach 100 million USD. So this is how Boditech Med. So Boditech Med do not want to settle in this comfortable position. We always want to do more by developing new products to provide some unique value to our customers. So most of our sales came from the cartridges, and especially from the infection and hormone items. So this is how our company's campus look like. We separately have cartridge manufacturing plant and instrument manufacturing plant and R&D center as well. Hopefully I can invite you all to our company one day. So our production team can make stable and quality products like 100 million tests annually. That's one of our strengths. And when the production is done, our quality assurance team called QA team and regulatory affairs team work to ensure both the quality of our products and their proper registration. So however, research and development is our priority. In this team, we have over 100 multinational researchers. Even from Africa, we have people in Korea. Their expertise in biomolecular engineering, chemistry, mechanical engineering, software engineering. So one of the most important team in our company is the technical support team, and my colleague Mr. Choi is from that department, because we care so much about the product's quality and try to give our best pre-service and after-service to our customers. That's why when we have some technical issue from our partners, our TS team in Korea will find solutions based on the data that sent by microbiology, and we will try to respond and solve the issue within 2 days. And of course, we have our TS team is doing online meetings for continuous support and education for microbiology, and if our customers need that kind of training, please do inquiry to microbiology and we will get back to you. So in this part I'm going to briefly explain about our product, iChroma and the reagents. So in terms of devices, I think you know well, but we have iChroma and Aphias, which is a fully automated machine. But today I will just focus on iChroma devices. So we have iChroma M2, M3, which is a small portable devices. And we have iChroma 2 and iChroma 3. And also we had iChroma 50, which is an automated machine. It was made to sell in China, and we wanted to sell in other countries as well, but there were no much demands, because if you want some automated machine, our customers were using Aphias. So we will not produce iChroma 50 anymore. So iChroma 2, 3, they are slightly different, but there's one thing in common, is that it is simple and easy to use. So most of our iChroma devices, they are installed in small-sized lab and hospitals. That's why I said it is very fit in African market. So the strength of iChroma is that we have more than 50 parameters, and we offer a dedicated control for quality assurance, for reliability and validation of test results. So this is something that our competitors such as Wonderful cannot offer. So these are our markers. I think you all know that we have cardiac cancer, hormone infection, inflammation, autoimmune, and today I will just focus on cancer markers. So cartridge quality control will be explained more in detail in the afternoon, but I will just briefly explain that QC is used to prevent and correct technical errors from all tests. When a specific item's test result are suspicious, or when the result is far different from expected value, we are using quality control. So from manufacturer's point of view, we recommend to do QC once a month, to ensure that the equipment is properly maintained without the product's performance degradation. So that's for our company's presentation part. I will continue with another presentation on our new cancer markers. So this presentation is in 3 parts. First, we will see how many people in Kenya are dealing with cancer. Then I will explain 7 markers linked to specific types of cancer. Lastly, I will highlight the advantages of Boditech MET's tumor markers. So in Kenya, cancer is the 3rd leading cause of death after infectious and cardiovascular diseases. So the leading cause of cancer deaths in Kenya is prostate, cervical, breast, esophageal, and colorectal cancers. So according to MOH of Kenya, the number of new cancer is expected to rise by more than 120% over the next 2 decades. So aging, air pollution, smoking, alcohol, and infections are key factors of increasing incidence of cancer. So we must focus on preventing of cancers by controlling the risk factors, and most of all, early diagnosis is most crucial part. That's the reason why I believe that Boditech MET's tumor marker can be an answer. So to reduce cancer burden in Kenya, the government has established the National Cancer Control Strategy 2023-2027 and Vision 2030. Screening programs for breast and cervical cancers are already in place in Kenya, but from my knowledge, most people don't benefit from them because they are either expensive or not easily accessible. Therefore, we believe that cancer markers will be a significant assistance in this regard and will be in high demand. So this whole strategy emphasizes early detection and early diagnosis, which will fit once again with our Boditech Med's tumor marker. So why are we using cancer markers? The main reason is that tumor markers with point-of-care tests can help early diagnosis. Tumor markers are useful for whole process of cancer management, from screening and early detection, monitoring to prognosis, and can also predict recovery chances. So as you can see, there are different types of tumor markers for different types of cancers, and we have a variety of tumor marker items. There are tumor markers associated with only one type of cancer, such as PSA, whereas there are tumor markers associated with more than one cancer, such as CEA, AFP, CA19-9, and Cypher21-1. Some markers may be found in patients without cancer, but who have other diseases. So the combination marker panel is widely used in the clinical field, everywhere around the world. So tumor markers have a lot of advantages, and they're indeed one piece of puzzle in the diagnosis and management of cancer. So it is a crucial piece that offers valuable insights into disease. By integrating tumor markers results with imaging studies, biopsies, and other clinical data, healthcare professionals can form a more complete picture of the cancer and tailor treatment plans. So tumor marker is not standalone for cancer diagnosis, but is highly valuable when combined with other methods to get more accurate and comprehensive results. So now I will present our cancer markers, CEA, AFP, and PSA, which are widely recognized and currently used markers. So I will briefly describe them before providing a detailed introduction to Cypher21-1, CA19-9, and CA125, which are not available from Chinese companies or are only available through CLIA method. So CEA is a tumor marker for colorectal cancer, but elevated CEA levels may indicate the presence of other cancer, and it can also be influenced by other factors such as inflammation and non-cancerous conditions. CEA plays a significant role in cancer management, offering information into diagnosis, prognosis, treatment response, and recurrence detection. CEA testing is most useful when combined with other diagnostic tests and clinical assessment. AFP is a protein produced by the fetal liver, and it can be detected in the blood of adults. High levels of AFP in pregnant women can indicate fetal abnormalities such as neural tube defects, while low levels can suggest Down syndrome. So AFP testing is most useful when interpreted in conjunction with other diagnostic tests and clinical findings. So PSA, produced by the prostate gland, is used for prostate cancer screening with elevated levels potentially indicating cancer, but also influenced by age, prostate size, and inflammation. So free PSA testing aids in diagnosis and risk stratification with a lower ratio suggesting prostate cancer. So both biomarkers are crucial for prostate cancer detection, reducing unnecessary biopsies, and their combined use will improve clinical decision-making for patient outcomes and quality of life. So now I'm going to talk about our new cancer markers, Cypher21-1, CA19-9, and CA125. So according to the MOH, lung cancer is becoming more common in Kenya. And Kenya has the highest incidence of lung cancer in Africa. So as you know that smoking is the #1 cause of lung cancer, but it's responsible for more than like 85% of cases. But just because you're not a smoker, that doesn't mean you're safe from lung cancer. We can see the graph here. Air pollution is the third highest cause of death in the world. A higher and increasing number of non-smokers are being diagnosed with lung cancer. So lung cancer cases due to air pollution are increasing very rapidly. So now air pollution will be one of the major cause of death globally and especially in Africa. So lung cancer is the #1 most common cancer in the world, and the 5-year survival rate is less than 18%. Globally, less than 20% of lung cancer cases are diagnosed at early stage, which means the rest of 80% are diagnosed very late. So this makes very poor prognosis of lung cancer, and is also emphasized the early detection of lung cancer. So as you know, there are two main types in lung cancer, NSCLC and SCLS. So NSCLS, the non-small cell lung cancer, is the most common type of lung cancer and is crucial to distinguish between these two types to decide the treatment and prognosis. So about CYFRA. CYFRA 21-1 is the FDA approved as a tumor marker for diagnosis, monitoring, treatment response, and prognosis in lung cancer. It's sensitive and specific tumor marker of NSCLC, especially for squamous cell subtype. So high levels of CYFRA 21-1 are associated with NSCLC type, and it reflects disease severity. So when we are at the advanced stages of cancer, the levels of CYFRA 21-1 will be higher. So CYFRA 21-1 is also useful in management of other kind of cancers. So we have the graph here. The green line is CYFRA 21-1, and it shows high sensitivity. And if you add CEA test together as the red line, it will increase the sensitivity, so you can get more comprehensive and accurate information. So with CYFRA 21-1 and other tumor markers in combination, the diagnostic value will be much higher. This is why we, Boditech men, have developed this marker, and we truly believe that this marker will be widely used in the field very soon. So since COVID-19 and lung cancer have in common respiratory symptoms, which make it difficult to distinguish from each other. So recent studies have found that during the pandemic, new cancer diagnoses were decreased in many countries, and there are high possibilities that biased diagnosis to exclude COVID-19 may be made in many cases, which caused in lung cancer diagnostic delays. Please note that the highest incidence and deaths for lung cancer are mostly because of smoking and air pollution, as I said previously. So CYFRA 21-1 is not yet widely using biomarker, so there is no specific mention in any guidelines. But this is the only proven biomarker for lung cancer monitoring and prognosis. So I would say that this is very promising biomarker. So now I will talk about CA19-9. So this slide shows the global burden of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer has a worst prognosis, and it is third cause of cancer deaths globally, and expected to be the second in the 2030. So according to recent research, pancreatic cancer is the fastest rising killer cancer in Kenya and East Africa because of difficulty in detection and diagnosis. So comparing other types of cancers, pancreatic cancer is not yet very common, but it has significant impacts on health and the economy. Because when it's detected, it's usually very late for treatment, and even if it is cured, recurrence rate is very high, and also the treatment cost is very expensive. So, as I said, so early detection is the key, it's very important. So the most common type of pancreatic cancer is PDAC. It's accounting for 90% of all cases. Pancreatic cancer is one of the most aggressive human cancers with only 6% of 5-year survival rate worldwide. Surgical resection is the only potential way to cure, but only 15% of cases can be candidate because of late diagnosis. So to improve this worst prognosis, detection of PDAC at the earliest stage is most important. So we will use our CA19-9 markers to detect the pancreatic cancer. You know that CT scans, MRIs, ultrasounds, biopsies, and blood tests are usually used for cancer diagnosis confirmation. And most of this takes longer to get a result, and they usually are very expensive. Since pancreatic cancer is very challenging to detect, and sometimes doctors would miss cancers from imaging tests. However, blood test is most quick and simple and must be included in basic health inspection. So it's especially very useful in treatment monitoring and recurrence prediction, as you can see in the graph. So before recurrence was found by imaging, in many patients, CA19-9 levels rise significantly. As you can see on the left, 60% of patients showed a significant elevation of CA-9 before the detection of recurrence by imaging test. And you can see on the right that CA19-9 level change in response to treatment, so you can adjust treatment. And CA19-9 level can be elevated in other cancers, so it will be useful in management of other types of cancer as well. So many studies have found that diabetic patients are related to pancreatic cancer. CA19-9 and HbA1c values are mutually correlated. So getting these two tests together would provide additional information about the patients. So in over 70% of diabetic patients with PDAC, the cancer is detected within 2 years of diabetes diagnosis. So this emphasizes the importance of early diagnosis. So lastly, CA125. So CA125 is the most widely used biomarker for ovarian cancer. So elevated CA125 levels can indicate ovarian cancer, but they may also occur in other cancers or non-cancerous conditions. So this broader recognition of its elevation across various cancer types can provide healthcare professionals with more comprehensive diagnostic information. CA125 is a valuable biomarker for ovarian cancer, aiding in diagnosis, treatment, monitoring, recurrence prediction, and guiding clinical decisions. So CA125 has been used for several decades in the field of gynecological oncology, and it has an established role in diagnosis, monitoring, management, and prediction disease recurrence of ovarian cancer. So many healthcare providers are familiar with its use and value. So it helps in early detection and monitoring of ovarian cancer, especially in high-risk populations. So the combination with HE4 is frequently used and is expected to be released next year by Boditech. So CA125 reflects the disease severity and provides complementary information that when considered alongside other clinical data and tests, it can help in diagnosis and treatment decisions. And monitoring CA125 levels post-treatment helps in early recurrence detection, offering insights into treatment effectiveness and disease progression with rising levels, often preceding clinical or imaging evidence of recurrence for timely intervention. So CA125, widely available biomarker is suggested to be a very useful marker for heart failure, assessing congestion and risk stratification. As you can see on the right bottom graph, the higher the severity of congestion, the greater the CA25 levels. So correlating with overall mortality and readmission rates for heart failure. So other than CA125, other tumor biomarkers like CEA, CA19-9, and CYFA21-1 are also linked to the severity of heart failure and independently predict outcomes to heart failure patients. So testing these biomarkers together can provide more information to help manage our patients. So many guidelines recognize the utility of CA25 and strongly recommend its clinical use for monitoring treatment response and assessing disease progression in ovarian cancer. So a guideline published by MOH also states that PSA and CA125 biomarkers are useful for screening, especially in high-risk groups. So where can we target CA125? So CA125 has diverse applications across healthcare sectors, including private clinics, oncology centers, and women's health clinics. Also, CA125 can provide supplementary information in other gynecological conditions. Its level can be elevated in various cancers, including endometrial and also in cervical and breast cancers. So other biomarkers are preferred for breast cancer and cervical cancer, but still CA125 remains a valuable tool when used in conjunction with other diagnostic methods to enhance overall patient assessment and management. So since gynecological disease cases are very high in Kenya, CA125 testing would expand access, particularly in primary care facilities with MOH, which MOH is emphasizing, and could also include screening high-risk populations. So for the last part, so this is the list of FDA-approved tumor markers that is widely used in clinical field. Currently, research on tumor markers is still ongoing, so that the list will be updated soon. But yellow ones, as you can see, there are markers that we already have, and we are developing the pink ones like HE4 and CA50-3 that we're expecting to have by the end of this year. So these are our cancer-related biomarkers. Boditech Med offers not only tumor markers, but as I said at the beginning, we have a wide range of over 50 biomarkers, which makes the creation of diverse combinations of biomarker panels. This is one of our significant strengths and advantage. We are keep developing more tumor markers, and I believe we have the most biomarkers of any POC companies. So using this combining biomarker panel, it can help detect cancer early and reduce the cancer burden in Kenya. So of course, big analyzers are convenient if there is a lot of samples to process, but actually point of care testing is not that widely used for cancer diagnosis and management now. So you may don't want to spend lots of time for calibration or any maintenance. So we can use our POCT device. So our system can give you more fast results and easy handling. And we have lots of more new biomarkers. So you may want to have an evaluation because it's easy and it's applicable anywhere. So this approach favors early diagnosis in primary care, which is emphasized by the government of Kenya. So it can be included into cancer screening programs in national healthcare system. So for people with high risk, screening will be very useful in detection cancer at early stage. So I would like to conclude my presentation by mentioning that we are doing to increase cancer awareness. So many governments, not only in Africa but in Asia, in Europe, and organizations are doing a lot of cancer awareness programs and campaigns. So cancer awareness helps people to recognize the early signs and symptoms of cancer. So make them to get diagnosed and get treatment at an early stage. Since up to 50% of cancer cases could be prevented by changing lifestyle or avoiding the risk factors. This is why we are also using our own social media to increase cancer awareness and the importance of early diagnosis of cancer. Because as I said at the beginning, our motto is the respect for life. We care a lot for the life of people. So we do have LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So please visit our social media page and follow us. You will get lots of useful information about our analysis and biomarkers. And if you have any question, you can directly write to me or to our marketing team. Thank you.